Good Sunday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. Our impacts for today, for the early part of today, we have lightning, most of it on the drier side, pushing across the mountains of central Idaho, pushing eastwards towards the Wyoming border. And further south, we have dry and windy conditions expected across eastern Utah. Be a main impact. No significant impacts Monday or Tuesday, except for it getting considerably warmer and drier region-wide. Looking at precipitation the past 24 hours, we had a mix of wet and dry lightning across portions of Utah, drier up here in this strip that you see here across the mountains of central Idaho and into parts of northeastern Nevada. A lot of this activity in the north actually did not reach the ground. These are radar estimates, but they're on the light side. But more pertinent, on the right-hand side of the map, you can see the lightning, a wide swath here across a good portion of Utah. Again, a mix of wet and dry, wetter as you head further south. But with hot, dry weather upcoming, that's going to be an issue, especially these strikes up here in far northern Utah. But it's this swath across the higher terrain of central Idaho, which was on the drier side. We'll have to watch this very carefully for new starts as we go through the day. Current fire activity, new starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow, larger team fires in the open purple circles. You can see a wide array of activity region-wide. Observed precipitation over the past week, bone dry across Idaho, a good portion of northern Nevada. It's across far southern, actually southwestern Utah that we see the most activity, and fairly dry across the Arizona Strip. Notice the dryness across eastern Utah. This translates even into the 14-day period here on the right-hand side. So it's been unseasonably dry in areas in Utah, especially the eastern part, areas that normally are prone to the monsoon, but there are some wetter spots in and around the Uintas and so forth. But again, for the last couple of weeks, bone dry in Idaho. You can see that reflected in the ERCs in the north, dark reds, which are 90th to 96th percentiles, even the 97th to record percentile in northwestern Nevada. We're pretty much green and moist here across southern Nevada and southwestern Utah, but notice across eastern Utah, even southeastern Utah, some oranges, percentiles approaching the 70th to 80th percentile. And that's actually near record dryness for this time of year in those areas. Look at some fuel conditions. This is actually ERCs, and you can see through here we are at record levels across portions of the higher terrain of the Payette up in Idaho. In some of the Boise Mountains and further south, you can see that we are also at record level ERCs. And even down here across Castle Country, near record levels, not near our midsummer peak, but as dry as we normally get in August, and that's significant because the forecast is for drier conditions to continue. Satellite imagery shows right now not just enhanced clouds across central Idaho, but you can see here on the green flasher, this is ongoing lightning. We had nocturnally overnight, continuing into the morning hours across central and now pushing into the eastern mountains across Idaho. So that's of significance. Also have some lightning exiting Utah overnight. So for today, later this afternoon, we have drier air pushing in. The moisture and the lightning pushes to the east. We do have high risk for lightning. This is mainly during the morning hours through about mid to late morning. But of course, we'll keep this area here because this is where the most likely areas to see new starts as we get into the peak heating hours later today. But also notice high risk for wind coming in to the Uinta Basin out of the northwest. And we can see that here on the wind map. You can see this bright orange through here, wind gusts approaching 30 miles per hour out of the northwest. We have stronger winds across southern Utah, but fuels here are a bit more moist, but in some of the drier pockets, this could be problematic. Also some moderate winds here, 15 to 20 miles per hour across the Snake River Plain. On the right-hand side, bone dry across Nevada, single-digit humidity, as well as northern Utah, into the mid-teens across Idaho where they are having the lightning. Now on Monday, high pressure starts building in. We don't expect much in the way of wind. We are expecting hotter temperatures. You can see that on the 7-day, a lot of brown on the map. And you can see the winds on the left-hand side. Not a big issue. Light winds out of the northwest and northeast across Idaho and northern Nevada. Otherwise dead calm in a lot of other spots, but speeds generally less than 10 miles per hour. Humidity, though, you can see that into the low to mid-teens across Idaho, mid-single digits across much of Nevada, also into parts of eastern Utah, also in the single digits. So just a hot, dry day all the way around. High pressure even builds more on Tuesday with near record temperatures, so we have indicated heat. Also indicative if any fires develop in good fields, a high Haines index likely developing with the hot and dry conditions. And you can see that on the right hand side, not only are humidity levels again in the single digits across Nevada and into parts of Utah in the low teens to mid-teens elsewhere, but temperatures 100 degrees in Reno, 97 the expected high in Boise, upper 80s to near 90 near McCall, mid to upper 90s across the northwest deserts of Utah and Salt Lake City. So getting hot and dry, and that'll continue drying our fuels even more. Even 99 degrees as we head down south of Price and towards the Colorado border. In terms of precipitation reaching the ground, not much expected the next 3 days. Most of that will be exiting. And Wednesday, it gets even hotter. Strong high pressure centered right across Ely, Nevada, pushing the monsoon, the green moisture down south of the border and actually getting wrapped into a tropical system here. So we're not worried about thunderstorms right away through here. Just a lot of these fuels, even in southern areas, will continue to dry out. Hot, dry, unstable conditions continuing across not just Nevada, but a good portion of Idaho where we have ongoing fires as well. Thursday, same story. On the left, high pressure, hot and dry near record temperatures in control. The hot, dry, unstable conditions translate into much of Idaho, into the northern part of Utah, northern Nevada, where we currently have large fires burning. This will be problematic. We have no green on the map anymore as we've dried out everywhere. And continuing on Friday, just hot and dry weather continuing. And then Saturday, we may see some blips of moisture. See this little green up here into eastern Utah. Maybe some thunderstorms returning, but after a prolonged hot and dry period. Also of note, this trough low pressure here over Idaho currently, this would translate into strong winds coming into the mountains of central Idaho by Saturday. But that's 7 days away, and a lot of things could change between now and then. No significant precipitation during much of the 7-day period and the extended forecast. Temperatures above normal for the most part. There is a hint of monsoonal moisture returning with the green area indicating the potential for moisture, most likely thunderstorms, probably wetter as you head across southern areas of the Great Basin, but it's on this outer periphery. We're expecting drier conditions in Idaho. For northern Utah, northern Nevada, southern Idaho, could get occasional bouts of lightning, but being on the drier side. So that's what we have to look forward to into mid-August. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.